Year 4, this is your week 4, day 5, based on writing narratives. So the first thing to do is to watch this video. It is based on the story of Little Red Riding Hood. It's got no words, and it's a bit of an abstract version of the story, so it gives you quite a large amount of scope if you want to describe the wolf differently or describe Little Red Riding Hood differently. So, planning your paragraphs is the next thing we're going to talk about. Your main focus is making sure that it's cohesive, so make sure she's not suddenly running up a hill and then jumping so that she's crossing a river. Make sure there is a really clear storyline so she doesn't just jump or actions change really suddenly. Make sure you're using things like your SPAG checklist and then writing your story. It would be lovely to have it as a book with pictures, but obviously that's if you've got time. So, I thought I'd help you with some ideas. Now, a story like this is really good for your ing starters. So I'm going to try and plan in the ing starters throughout the story to give you some ideas. So first of all, you're in the woods. Think about your description. That's the moment to put in your expanded noun phrases and to think about really your description of the woods. It needs to make a really large change to when she's in danger to when she's not in danger. So try to think about all your words to do with being at peace or calm, or maybe she's distracted by the lovely animals in the forest or something. By the way, the video of Chaperon Rouge, it doesn't specifically make Little Red Riding Hood female, so feel free to talk about her though she's a boy, so just distracted by something else going on in the woods. They then go to sleep. So think about exhausted, tired, drained, maybe. Your emotions could be your starting word. You could have that as your starter. Then she awakes. You could talk about the time of day if you wanted to. Maybe she was at dawn or dusk. But I've decided to put things like realizing she was in danger, waking to a perilous shadow creeping towards her. Those would be really nice ing phrases to put in. Think about what she does initially. She has to look round, then notice the shadow, then stand up, turn in the other direction. Try and make it really detailed and really cohesive. The next bit, she does a whole lot of jumping and climbing. So racing through the jungle, climbing over perilous rocks, looking over her shoulder in fear. Think about how your ings can help you. Making a final effort, struggling to escape as she gets closer towards the castle. The final thing, it is completely up to you whether she escapes or whether you interpret it as her not escaping, because the video closes with the castle becoming the wolf's mouth. So it's entirely up to you. Does she live or does she get captured? Try and put in as much detail as you can with the story. So we've talked about your ing starters. With your subordinate conjunctions, think about them being both at the start of the sentence and in the middle. Remember, if they're going to be at the start, they will probably need a comma with them. Pairs starters, try and find things that either you could have yet and your two words could be completely different, or think about your two words being quite similar and put an and in the middle. Your emotion starters, there's a lot of things to do with being frightened, so make sure that the start of the story is something like along the lines of excited or thrilled or calm. Try and vary it a little bit, otherwise it gets a little bit tedious with just being like terrified, scared all the way through. You've also got your prepositional phrases with excitement. We have talked about prepositions this week as things like in and on and under. She does a lot of climbing on rocks and over streams and on the bridge, so you can put prepositional phrases in like that as well, but do try and put in ones with too. I look forward to reading them. If you want to send me a picture of your work, I would love to see it. Good luck!